All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Third Rail Thursdays. All right. Bubs, Rail Fan Man, how you doing? I'm good, man. Thanks. Roger, hey, it's not pathetic. No, man. It's especially right now, it's, all the social interaction we have, so never pathetic, never. Don't you worry. I enjoy them too. So maybe if it is pathetic, then I guess a lot of us are pathetic together, right? Hey James. Hey, yeah, I got some bacon, nice cold Coke, and we've got a train going around, and we have a cat who is a maybe rascally. Something tells me he's gonna be a rascal. All right. So we started a little bit early. Lee K-Town, welcome. Hey, Dwight. Ooh, green beans. I actually like green beans. So that actually sounds great. You're right, he does want my bacon. Nice little view there. All right, guys. So tonight, I'm not going to be building a kit. It may be a shorter stream than usual. I may end it. It may stretch it to an hour, or it may be just a little bit less. I want to talk about a couple things, but I've got a huge day tomorrow, getting up early. So I want to be able to get to bed at a reasonable hour because I'm old and I need my beauty sleep. So let's just get this out of the way. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Where am I going to put this where that cat can't get him? I guess we'll put that there. I didn't think of the implications of calling myself old, but I'm sure I'm definitely not the oldest one around. But I think everybody can relate. I think we all can appreciate a good sleep. Okay, so I had some visitors yesterday. I don't know if they're here in chat, but Chris from Go VR Go Home and Mark from M&M Rails came by, and we had a little bit of an operating session. Just kind of hung out. We're all double vaccinated, and it was nice to finally get together because part of this hobby for me is the social parts. So it was really nice to kind of get back to that. And I kind of went a little crazy. Hey, John, welcome. I went a little crazy. We were kind of talking back and forth earlier in the week, and they mentioned that they would want to do an op session, which I love doing. I'm not super serious into it. I don't have car cards, but I decided to make up a little booklet for everybody. So I made 3 booklets, but basically I took the layout from Scarm that I had built and I color coded it and put some rules here. This is nothing professional. It's just something I kind of want. I nerded out a little bit. I wanted to do it. I had a lot of fun doing it. So, don't take this as perfection or anything, but it was a lot of fun. And it was nice to be able to have something like this. So you can see limit of 4 cars, multi-unit consists are approved. You've got the color coding for the map. So blue is yard, red is lower industries, yellow is upper, and the violet is the underground reversing loop. To keep it easy, north is ascending, going up, south is going down. And then you've got speed limits. These are other than the main line, these are what I typically run. I run 128 speed steps. So main line, I usually keep it at about 14, and actually that's what the train kind of cruising around right now is. I find 14 um, a nice speed. It's not too fast, but it's not super slow. I typically do some switching, so you have to, and I like to, when I do the switching, I like to have the train going around the main line. So you kind of got to get out of the way because the goal is not to stop the mainline train as much as possible. So um, it gives you enough time, and you can see here it comes now. So that's speed step 14. I think it's a great speed. I think it's a good speed. Um, it makes it feel a little bit the layout a little bit bigger because as you know, I have a pretty small layout, so it was good that way. So, but the speed limit I gave them was a bit higher, and then add limit to the steamers just because my steam engine I haven't speed matched yet, so it's a bit slower. It's about 4 speed steps behind to match the same speed. Exactly, John. Slower speed operations make the layout feel much larger. Exactly. I have it's 8x3. This is 8x2, 2x2, or 8x3. What am I thinking? I've got the whole one side of the layout is 8 feet, and then another 8 feet, like a big L. So I don't have a lot of space here. So a smaller or a lower speed step really makes it feel um, bigger. You see it coming. I don't know exactly. Like you guys know what's up. So I built that, and then I decided to take some pictures and label them. So you've got upper industry, industry one, which is um, just over here to our left. We've got the upper industry siding one and industry two, and they've got capacities so you know how many cars can fit. And I have this little asterisk at the begin or at the end um, just to mention 40-foot cars only. So in some cases, like the siding one here, uh, two 40-foot cars and a small switcher will fit, and you can still um, change the turnout. But anything more than that, if you've got one of the 50-foot cars or 52-foot cars and a 40-foot car, you won't fit. So you have to change the way you switch the industry. I tried to. I don't know where they're hiding. They're usually around, but that's okay. Maybe they'll pop in a little bit. So I did that for uh, every industry and siding on the layout, split up into upper industry, yard, lower industries. So you can see I've got like the yard lead here, the engine bays. Oh, there he is. He's here. Hey, Chris. So I've got the yard sidings with the capacities here, and the arrival departure track. Saying it'll hold 3, but if you change the switch, it adds 2 cars to the capacity. So it's just a lot of fun. Obviously I don't have all my buildings or anything like that. Nothing has names, so I just wanted to keep it simple. My plan is to eventually update this, and as I add buildings, to name them and actually have proper naming. It's never going to be perfect because I'm no artist, but MS Paint goes a long way. And then in this case, I've added this. This isn't in a layout update yet, so I'll show this off in a little bit. But um, initially, I had these as 2 different industries, as you can see, 2 and 3. I'm thinking I might just change this to 1 industry that holds 4 cars instead of 2 that 2, because they end up being coupled together anyway. So I think I'm going to do it that way. This cat does in fact want my bacon, so I'm just going to put him over here. Sorry about that. Okay, so then we've got some just some basic rules. Headlights are always required. Horns, bells are optional. Yield to climbing trains. So with my layout, obviously you've got these inclines coming up the levels, and in real life, you don't want to stop on a hill if possible, I guess. So yield to climbing trains, yield to mainline trains. We stopped that. I mean, obviously, you know, somebody took forever trying to switch their industry. Chris. So, that mainline train, that mainline train really had to pause for a while. But request mainline travel, and that's more, and then alert dispatch when stopping. Those two are more just because I was controlling the mainline train. So I wanted to say, hey, you want to travel on the main line. Is it clear what's going to have to happen? Because in some cases, we had two of the guys working in the same kind of vicinity, and they had to wait on each other a lot of the time. So it was nice. It was nice. James says no rules. There's a few rules. Few rules. Not too. The list isn't too long, right? I didn't number them, but the list. What we got like six, maybe seven. Like if you include the speed limits, 8 maybe if you include the 4 cars max. I don't know. Not too bad. Not too bad. I know some of the clubs are very Roger's asking where the video is. So here's the thing. I didn't know how it would go, and I really just wanted to enjoy the session. I wanted to chat. I wanted us to just have a great time. And we did. We had a fantastic time, but I didn't video any of it. I have a short 15-second video of Mark Switcher pulling some of his cars. But I didn't get any video of the actual operations just because it was the first time we've actually met each other in person in I guess a couple years. And I just really wanted to enjoy it. I'm one of those people where if I'm doing something, I'd rather enjoy the moment than whip out my phone. And I mean, it's obviously personal preference. And I think maybe next time I'll definitely at least get some clips, if not maybe the whole thing. We used to do that way back when I had my old layout in the room. Chris would come over and I'd video it as he would do stuff. And that was a lot of fun. And I do want to do that. But this first time, I just wanted to enjoy everything. So I didn't take any videos, although I do kind of wish I did. But, I enjoyed it. And so I have no regrets. It was, John, it was fantastic to see other people here using my layout. I use it all the time, and I love it. I love my layout. I think it's great. But to have people come in and see how they kind of react to the layout, how they run the trains. I was trying to help Chris through. He was switching the upper industry, like up here, where you've got the 2 runarounds, and then you've got the industry here with 2 cars. You've got the industry there with 2 cars, and then you have the siding with a maximum of 2 cars. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, what you got to do is drop off here, pull forward, grab these cars, pull them back, reattach as you're pulling back, leave them there, come in, leave 2 more, back up, come grab these, pull them forward. Like in my mind, I'm so used to it, but he wasn't. And he did fine. He did fine, but it's so funny to watch other people use your layout, because I've set it up almost as like a puzzle because of the space I have. It's much less mainline running and more switching is the focus. So it was really important to me that it was doable, and I think the guys had a blast. They mentioned they loved it, so I mean, obviously I'm biased. I loved it, but let's see. Now I have to do an ops on Chris's layout when it's done. I think he wanted to get the main line done completely by the end of September. Chris, you may have to correct me on that. He mentioned the end of September. He wanted to get at least the main line done, and then it comes to the industries. So I wonder if maybe by the end of the year he'll be done the track. I'm not sure what his timeline is, but that would be a lot of fun. I love going to other people's layouts and running trains and seeing it. I am not part of a club, but you know, and that's something fine. But it's different when you show up, you kind of shoot the breeze, you're laughing, you're joking, you're chatting, and you're running trains, and it's a whole different environment. So that's really cool. Mid-September. Oh, okay. Chris says mid-September for his mainline. Yeah, I'm excited for his. I'm excited for everybody's. I've never been at Mark's either, so that's really exciting too. And I've set the bar pretty high. I think maybe not. Hopefully not too high, but doing these little booklets and everything. I definitely went above and beyond, and it's not required. I don't. I'm not one of those guys who were like, "Oh, I did it, so now you have to do it." I enjoy doing it, so that's why I did it. Anyway, so we have the setup page for this op session, and that just goes through and tells me what industry has what cars, and so this makes it really easy for me. If I want to quickly set this op session up, I can just look at the setup page and say, okay, Ontario Northland and the Monin car gondola are at upper industry 1, so I know I can just roll those up or put those on. The 2 CP box cars came from industry 2, and go from there. So I just took track. This is nothing specific. It was literally where the rolling stock was, because I will switch it myself. I run trains weekly, and sometimes I'll do a little bit of a switching operation. Nothing to keep track of. I just I had finished the industry that Bubs gave me, the loading ramp, and so tradition is you've got to switch it. So that was it was just where things were putting. Oh, perfect. Hey, Split Rock, welcome. All right. So yeah, this just makes it easy if I ever want to reset everything up. And then we've got the roles. So I was dispatch in this case, and it's very basic. It's start up the road switcher, pick up the consist, which I already had ready on the departure track, northbound, so going up. Do lap, stop as needed, wait until operator 1 has departed with 3 cars from the yard, drop consist back off, and park the logo. And then after I was done this, Mark actually, he was operator 1, I think. Yeah, pretty sure Mark was operator 1. Yeah. So he actually, once I dropped this off, when he was done with some of his stuff, he picked this up and finished doing some stuff. So that was kind of cool. And yeah, and then we get to operator 1, which was Mark. I actually didn't. This took about a little over 2 hours, 2.5. Was it 2.5 hours, Chris, or just 2 hours? I think it was 2 hours. And I didn't actually expect it to take that long. I was shooting more for an hour. And again, I think some of that was user error, Chris. So I'm just kidding. I'm just busting his chops. He did great. It was fun. 2 hours is a good time. We all had a blast. So I thought this will make it easy that if they ever come back and they, I don't have another one set up, they can just switch roles. But I made Mark operator 1 specifically because operator 2 has to go and pick up the steam engine, and I wanted to make Chris drive steam, and he did, and I think he liked it. I don't know. There was a lot of complaining going on, but Man, I think he liked it. Everything ran great. I showed him with this, like, we had sound going. I think he saw the light with Steam. I really do. So, but this is nothing. This is nothing super complicated. I just tried to put it logically. Grab the one of the switchers, 7067, pick up from yard siding 2, drop off siding 1, pick up siding 2, drop off to lower industry, switch upper industry. So, drop off is just there's nothing there. You're just dropping off. Switching is something's there and you're taking that away and putting something else. That kind of stuff. Nothing too two things. I have some do two laps, which actually I should have taken out because that had um that had kind of conflicted with the mainline train. With timing in my head, I thought maybe it would line up better, but it didn't. So I may just take those out. No big deal. Um, Everything else was great. And yeah, I think they had a great time. And then you have operated 2, and you've got some instructions that are like, wait until operator 1 is dropped off consist. So it was a lot of fun. And I gave them each their own duotang, and we just kind of went at it. And it was a good time. It was really great. Chris says he hates me. That means he loved Steam and he just doesn't want to admit it out loud. All right, hold on. Gotta get this bacon. Okay, so Roger, maybe um, once you see it and you see the steps, I think it would make more sense. Like, because I've got the maps and everything labeled. They would look at a step and it would say, switch upper industry 1, and then they'd flip back to the kind of the reference pages and see where industry 1 was. So that was kind of cool. That was my idea. Obviously, like I mentioned, as I get more buildings and start naming industries properly, that will become easier, as well as they don't know my layout, they don't know what anything's called. So there was a little struggle with that, but I did like that they had to kind of go back and reference the maps. That was really cool. So, kind of moving forward, I just wanted to show off maybe my plan for this area. This part fell down. So, I've gotten this. What is this called? This is the harbor wall. So I've got some harbor wall here. And the plan is furlough, freight, and transfer. Whoops. Obviously, this is just chilling to show you guys. Furlough, freight, and transfer, which I had on my old layout, is going to go here. And this is going to be water. So my idea was have a freight wall or a harbor wall, furlough, freight, and transfer here. And then you've got a small dock. And I was going to I've got another kit of this. And I thought instead of making it full length because it's split, I would just make this half length and it would just sit like that, but half length, so it would actually be flush with everything. And the idea is my layout's an island. This would be where they load and unload goods for the island. So I did possibly think about having a road here, or I might build up this area. I'm not sure, but this would be kind of the drop off or this may just be train oriented and have a separate one for road, separate one for road. Just so that it made sense to have goods coming in and out. You need somewhere to access the rest of the world, and I thought that this would be it. So I don't know. Thanks, Roger. Yeah, I did put a lot of thought into it. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So, to me, it was fun to do, and I really wanted to do it. Um, you know, it's kind of like part of the layout. Like a lot of the train thing for me is the social aspect. So, um, it's part of that. But I might be okay, Chris, because I have another one of these that I'm gonna build and just make it only half, so that'll fit properly. But that's my idea, and then just cut out the harbor wall here and here, and have this whole area like because it kind of comes over and then it just goes back into the fascia. So it's not too big. And I mean, I was thinking about putting a boat, but I didn't really want to model a boat. I think that would be really tricky. I'm not that skilled. So this way I could have just some shallow water with, some black under it to make it look deeper. And I don't know, I thought that it would work. My phone screen keeps shutting off so I can't read chat. Yeah. Hey Drew, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, exactly, Roger. It has a purpose. Like I was talking to the guys about that, Um everything kind of needs an A and a B, somewhere to be filled and somewhere to be dropped off, or, to be transferred. And it just, because my layout was so small, I have nowhere to go for the real world. Initially, the lower reversing loop was the rest of the world, and then I thought that doesn't really make sense because there's no staging. There's no staging here, so I ended up putting this siding in and cutting this out, and was like, you know what, this is gonna be my outside world, you know. Um, it may not be perfect, but I think like you said, it gives everything a purpose. It kind of makes enough sense that we can, turn the blind eye to creative license or whatever you call it. Hey, Mark, thank you. Thank you. That's okay. Welcome. Thanks for showing up. I already went over the duotang with everybody and was talking about how you and Chris had hopefully had a great time doing some ops here. We had just a great time chatting, joking. It was fantastic. I'm really glad that everything worked out. The layout ran fantastic. I had a little bit of dirty track. I was a little bit upset because Mark brought one of his switchers and it took the curves just fine, but because underneath in my lower reversing loop I can't get to clean the track was so dirty that the locomotive just kept stalling, and my locomotives all have keep alives, so if they hit dirty track they can just keep going, but his don't. um, Thanks, Mark. Thanks. So yeah, that was my vision for this. So kind of have that, but cut it in half because I've got another one. I'll have furlough freight, and I might have to just make a little ramp or some stairs or something to make sense, to get down there because this will be raised up as a platform, of course. But um, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, and it's kind of I think it'll be a cool scene because you've got the tunnel portal in the background and yeah, I actually ordered a CMX cleaning car. It should be here tomorrow. Spoiler, I was gonna do a video. I don't know if it's gonna work on my curves, or if I can modify it to work on the curves, but there's zero info on the internet about if it will or not, and that's really tough. But I made a deal with Chris that if I buy it and it doesn't work, he'll buy it off me. So it's kind of a win-win. Like I can try it, and if it doesn't work, then I'm not out anything. Because my biggest worry was, you'll have to return it, and then you're losing some shipping money and stuff like that. So, I'm really, I'm really hopeful. I don't know realistically if it'll work, but I want to try it because right now I clean everything by Q-tips with some acetone, no, isopropyl. Um, and I actually enjoy that. I did it the other day before the guys came, and I enjoy it, but I can't get to the low reversing loop, and that's um it's just gonna get worse over time, right? So I need to find something to do. And if this doesn't work, I may try some other stuff, but it may come down to me making my own, which I could do. I'm not totally opposed of. I know people make their own all the time, so that may be Bright Boy. Is that like a abrasive? Like I've got this like Pico eraser thing, and it works okay, but if you press too hard, it really roughs up the rails. I find it really good for like getting the paint off the track, but for cleaning the track, I definitely go with the isopropyl. But again, I can't get this underneath unless like I put it under a car and I like maybe that would actually work if you like spring load this under a box car or something. You spring load it under like the box car and then it just like pushes it like that. Like that might work, but what happened, Mark? I'm just kidding. Anyways, so that's just my little idea for that scene. I think it'll come together cool. Um, it's probably gonna be one of the next scenes I work on. Maybe not the water part, but the kits and the wall and everything. I bought 2 packs of this, so this is 1 pack actually, and it comes with some more details. Um, let's see here. What did it come with? Because it comes with. Um, if I just there we go. So I don't know. I just dock cleats. Okay. So I see. So you've got kind of the dock cleats and you've got whatever that top part is. Oh, concrete walkways. Okay, so you've got like the upper concrete walkways. I don't know what this thing is. It's like a boat shape, but maybe it's just meant to go on a different kit. Whatever this piece is here, it definitely is shaped like a boat, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's probably going to be the next kind of scene that I do. And sorry, these are just Walther kits. These are just Walther kits, Scene Master, Harbor Walls. I got them off OVR. I almost bought them off the Walther site when I did my big order, but I figured I should wait and see because I didn't quite know what I was gonna do. If it was gonna work, what I was gonna do, that kind of stuff. So, save the money until you know. Hey Pete, welcome. Mystic Southern Railway. How you doing? Are you train man? Hey David. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, guys. A Jaws scene. That's a good idea. Although that's what I have my cats for, right? Jaws with the bacon. All right, let me clean up this side because I just have the kits here, and I'll show you the kit Bubs gave me that I finally built after taking forever. I haven't painted it yet, but I'm really excited. It really fits well. All right. Ooh, hold on. Should we get this action shot? Oh yeah, look at that. That's so sick. That's so cool. I was telling the guys, I just love rail fanning. Like I love rail fanning a lot of the layouts, honestly. Um, between layout updates and like quick run bys like that, I love watching. I like watching ops too, but sometimes they're just too long. Um, so you can't focus. Oh, let's move you guys over a little bit. Okay, so check this out. This is the I'm just gonna make sure the wire I don't like wipe out and trip over it and turn the camera off. All right, so this is the kit Bubs gave me. I don't know where I put the bag, but it was so daunting at first. Let me grab my phone for the comments. Hey, Hillbilly, welcome. Take care, real fan. Mark, it was not nice seeing some CN on the layout. So I have zero CN on the layout, like none. No cars, no locomotives, no nothing. And at first, it wasn't even on purpose at first. But now that I've committed, it's kind of like I'm just gonna say, there used to be a car barge that took rail cars in and out of the island, and right before that came out of service, CN took all their stuff back. So yeah, that's my reasoning, anyways. Thanks, Pete. And yeah, Split Rock. Yeah, so it's the concrete loading dock. I have to paint it. It's just it came with the gray, but initially I was gonna say these were two separate industries, and I had this moved over a bit, but I kind of pushed it up. It is a little taller than this building, so because I was gonna take the stairs out, because I didn't glue the stairs down, so they just come out. But it's a little taller than the door, so that's not gonna work. But I actually think it looks fantastic right where it is, and you've got the four cars. They're all put together, like coupled, so it ends up fitting perfect. Like awesome. And I've got the arrival track behind it, so what I had Mark do is, you drop two off and then drop two more off, so you've got four in the arrival, four in the departure, and then he had to come and switch them and take the departure back. Kind of like, we're going to drop these off ready to be switched, and then when the industries are done loading or unloading them, they can be towed away and switched. So I really like that. It worked really good. Hey, Mystic, how you doing? Thank you. Thanks everybody for stopping by. But yeah, so I like this a lot. Thank you again to Bubs. This was a Christmas gift, and I can't wait to paint it. I have no idea how I'm going to paint it, because I'm really not good at painting it, but or painting anything for that matter. That's one of those I have no idea what I'm doing moments. But hey, I built it. I can paint it. I think we'll figure it out. We'll get some details to go on top, and I'm really excited. And yeah, yeah, between Mark using a high nose and Chris running Steam, it was a weird day. Exactly, Split Rock. That's exactly what I was thinking. A forklift and some pallets. 100% agree with you. There's a lot of little things you can get and paint up, and some dolly, like L dollies and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool scene. And unfortunately, I when I put in my order with OVR, I had put a rock retaining wall for back here, but it didn't get shipped, and so I didn't get it, and I wasn't charged for it, and so, like, no harm, no foul. I'll just grab it again when I make another order. But I'm thinking of a rough rock retaining wall going all the way, because this is such a sharp, like, this is 90 degrees, and I don't have a lot of room here, so I don't want to. I thought about doing plaster cloth, and that's not necessarily. Haha, I guess I'm forgetting how to talk. That's not necessarily how, like, out of the question, but um, definitely think dab the paint with a cotton ball. Okay, okay, fossil. Okay, right on. I'll check that out for sure. And then for anybody who hasn't seen it, I actually have some plaster cloth down. First time ever. This is the farthest I've ever gotten. So it's pretty exciting. I think it looks pretty good. There's still some areas I want to go over again, and once I get the plaster cloth back out, I might. But yeah. So I've got the small hill here. It comes in, and everything just kind of comes up, and then at the back here, there is some just a small hill. So I actually got ground cover again for the first time ever. I've got some ground cover, so that's really exciting. And I'm actually doing autumn. It's my favorite season, so I grabbed some autumn trees, and I've got some kind of dead leaves, fall rust looking stuff, and and I've already got ballast. I've already got the two colors of ballast as well. So this is probably going to be the first area that gets like full scenery between paint, ground cover, ballast, and trees. The only thing is, my cats are going to eat it, and I know that. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Oh, like look at that. That looks sick. That's so cool. Look at that. What a scene. Oh, see, David, I'm the other way. Track work and wiring, easy, easy, easy. Logical, right? You're like, the track needs to, connect good. It needs to flow good. Wiring needs to, A to B. Easy. I could do wiring and track work all day. The scenery is where I'm like, suddenly you're like, what does a hill actually look like? Like, have I actually seen a hill ever in my life? Because I can't remember how to do that. you know? Oh, Bubs. I mean, anything, yeah. I purchased, so all of my rolling stock are Walther's Mainline, Athearn, or Atlas, and they're pretty much all 40-foot cars. There's a couple gondolas. There's 2 flat cars and 2 gondolas that are 52 feet. Otherwise, everything else is 40 foot. And I had ordered a 53-foot gondola and a 50-foot box car from Walther's, and I was really excited, and they didn't work because this is so tight. This is actually a little less than 14 or 15. There's right here. This is about 14 3/4, and up here is about 14 3/4. Unfortunately, it's not quite 15, and they just did not like it. My test is I can go at the top level of the layout and push a car down, and it'll come down all the incline past the yard, and then it'll roll all the way down to the lower reversing loop. Typically, I stop it before it gets there, but it can go all the way down by itself without issue. And the trucks were just pressing up against the sides too much. There was so much friction where it would stop, and it wouldn't even roll down the hill by itself. So ooh, I haven't played BeamNG in a while. That was a long time ago. But yeah, so wow. Ooh, the RS3 is nice. Yeah, the Bachmann RS3 is nice. Yeah, and yeah, the CP had the RS18s. I like 4-axles. They've always been nice. I kind of had to go that way with my old layout as well because I was running 18-inch radius curves in there. So I had like the S2, RS3. I had like what are they, 420, like the Alco 424s. I had to sell my 630. I did have a CN like SW 1200 and a CN SD40, which I sold to Pyre Pete way back. It Gmod Map Tour, that was a hot minute ago as well. That was a long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. Wow, that was another life. That was another life. But things are coming along really well. I haven't done anything else since my last live stream other than just this area. Um, knock over my little magnet switchers. And we'll just pan over. Not too bad. I have a building for here that I've got to build at some point. I forget what it is. It's tucked away. I'll have to get it out. And then I want to start getting some non-rail buildings. You know, right now all the buildings are rail served, which is great. You know, but I'm at the point where once I build this one and the dock, it's pretty much it for rail served buildings. So once I get there, oh, I don't know if I can like sneak you in here, guys. So I had some extra retaining walls. This whole area is still just propped up and just tacked in place because I don't know. It's what I want. Like I like the tunnel portal, and the retaining walls here. Obviously they're crooked and not up straight, and that needs to be resolved. But I had some extra retaining walls, and so I had some scraps. So I kind of just stuck them in behind so that when you're looking through the tunnel portal here, oh, this is going to be a sick shot. Hold on, guys. Whoa. Oh, so cool. Yeah. Sorry, had to enjoy that for a second. I'm going to paint the retaining walls in behind just so that if you're looking, you only see the retaining walls. And because of the way it curves, if you're standing at the end of the layout looking down, you just see the retaining walls. And then I'm just going to plaster cloth everything else and paint it black, like paint the plaster cloth black to get a more darker view. Yeah, I've got the signal. It only switches 2, right? So I've got the red and yellow on a switch, so I can switch it manually. Oh, you can't really see that. What about if I'm like, ooh, not really. But I can switch it from yellow to red, and then green is just itself. Okay, hold on. It's coming back up. The only thing is you can see the infrared sensors. Oh, that was sick. You can see the infrared sensors, but there's not really, I mean, I could move them kind of back a little bit, but honestly, once it's dark in there, the biggest thing I might paint the posts black as well, because right now they're that white or like gray. I might just paint them black. But everything works so well that I'm like, I don't really want to move them because it works good. But yeah, I want to continue to try to modify this area because eventually I'm going to have a hill over top of it. And then the train kind of, you see it go into the tunnel. I thought about having the tunnel portal back further, but I really want like as you saw in that shot, it looks so cool going in and out of the tunnel. You know. Blackpool, purple. Okay, that's a good idea, Dan. Brush a light color to make it look like stone. That's a good one. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to paint everything first, and then I'm going to tack it back in place. and maybe I'll just put like a box over the top to make it darker and just see how it looks dark, and then plaster cloth it. But before I do that, I want to get my track cleaning figured out, because once I close that in, that's even less track that I can clean by hand. So, and because it's an incline, when it gets dirty, the steam engine will wheel slip a little bit. It'll still make it up, but um, this one's not too bad because not as steep. It really likes to wheel slip when it's dirty. Wheel slip going up this top one, but again, I just want to get that figured out before I decide what I'm gonna do, because if I can't do that, if I have to figure out something else to clean my track with. Roof. That's true. Removable roof. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Could you make the? Yeah. Split rock and Dan. That's actually that 100%. I thought about it, but I didn't really think about it. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's actually something I will do. Thank you so much for the suggestions. Um, just for derails anyway, but having it removable is, I think, a must. But yeah, the guys broke all sorts of rules. I don't have a lot of rules. We have speed limit, and we have like headlights, and we have max cars. That's really, the important ones. They did always prompt me about going onto the main. That was great. But, it's so funny when Mark sneaks into the tunnel and then floors it. And you hear like, and, then he like turns it back. And then he's like, look, I'm only going speed step 18. And it's like, right. Uh-huh. And then you've got Chris, who's hauling around like 6 to 8 cars at one time. And I'm like, Chris, did you read the rules? He's like, yeah. I'm like, did you read the rules? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how many cars do you have? He's like, whoops. Actually, yeah, they're not super quick. I don't they don't fly off the track or anything like that. It's nothing too risky. The speed limits are there only to make the layout seem bigger and take more time to get around. So I'm lucky that way. They were very good. They were pretty respectful of everything, and I appreciated that. But I think that's gonna be it. I've shown everything I wanted to show, kind of talked about everything I want to talk about. Like I mentioned at the start of the stream, I've got a huge day tomorrow, and K-Tanks clowns don't follow the rules. You're right. It's true. The momentum always got him. Oh, you know what? I think he was drinking Bubs, but unfortunately, I think it was just root beer, so we can't blame that. I think that was just all him. But I do think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. 25 viewers. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, this is Third Rail Thursdays. So every Thursday, the first Thursday of every month, I live stream. The second Thursday of every month, it's Go Veer, Go Home. The third is M&M Rails. And then the fourth, on Go Veer, Go Home's channel, Chris's channel, we all get together and do GVO After Dark. So that's so exciting. It's always a good time. We definitely like to keep things light, keep things fun. And thanks everybody for showing up. I really appreciate everybody, dropping by, commenting, or just watching, even if you're lurking. Thank you so much for all the great views and all the great comments. Everybody's so friendly. Thank you, guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic night. And until next time, enjoy your bacon.